Let me ask you another question. What about benchmarking? Again, I did a lot of benchmarking, of course, during the whole quality movement, and
Right.
benchmarking is critical. Do you all use any kind of benchmarking in what you do?
You bet. That is very important to our measurement system because we will be asked periodically, why are we trying to achieve X target? And so what we can indicate is we know that the market is at X, but we want to be at Y so that we are a better, more capable performer. For example, when we talk about having a turnover rate of 5%, we have benchmarked the turnover situation, voluntary turnover, and we know for our industry, for the size of our company, and even for a particular geography, we know what turnover is for our competitor companies. We use a benchmarking tool that is called the Saratoga Workforce Diagnostic System, which is a part of PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Sure.
And so there's a number of different dimensions. We also use publicly available free data. For instance, you can go to www.bls.gov, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and you can understand employment trends in certain industries, in certain geographies, and you can see what the unemployment rates are, you can see what the employment rate is, and you can look at that over time so you can understand what the demand for labor is, what the supply for labor is, and if you have a situation that we have now, which is high demand and low supply, you have data to demonstrate the need to have a sense of urgency about hiring, and therefore you can try to achieve a lower cycle time. So that's where you can influence cycle time by having market data, benchmark data, to get people to make the right decision and do the right things.
Sure. And I could also see where you probably also not only use that data in terms of forecasting and looking for availability of talent that you don't currently have, but also looking internally to say, gee, maybe we need to develop internally more, because maybe we don't have the skills right now that we need, but we've got all these people here. Let's see what we can do. Do you do any of that?
Indeed, and also similarly to what you're saying, we also take a look at cost. You can look at various measures such as human resources, number of human resources professionals relative to revenue. So you can have a revenue factor, and so you can start benchmarking your cost, and if you find out that, for example, you have too much cost in your employment area, you can take some of those individuals and redeploy them. I talked about redeployment, and so if it's good for the business, it's good for HR, and move them into other areas, such as maybe training or human resources information systems.